Hi, I'm Nicholas Hersh, music director for your Modesto Symphony, and I am so excited to bring you this October 13th and 14th music by Tchaikovsky, Mozart, and Copland. This is a concert that's all about celebration in a way, but more than that, it's also about celebrating what makes you unique. In this case, you is both you the listener, me the conductor, the Modesto Symphony, as well as each of our three composers. Each of these composers and each of these pieces, they give us really something that's purely themselves in a way, and really you can hear that through every little bit of this music. In the case of the Mozart, we're starting off with the Marriage of Figaro Overture, a very famous piece of music from probably one of Mozart's most famous operas, the Marriage of Figaro. This is the opera which famously, you might remember from the movie Amadeus, the emperor in Vienna said, "There are too many notes." And to which Mozart responded, "Sire, there are just as many notes as is required." And that's so evident in the music of this overture. It begins in this very sort of frenetic kind of way with all of these very fast moving notes in the strings before blowing up to this grand, almost fanfare-ish celebration of everything there is to love about a symphony, about joy in music, and everything there is to love about Mozart as well. It's a piece that celebrates the marriage between myself and the Modesto Symphony, of course, as well as it being the very first piece that my wife saw me conduct when I was in grad school and where we met, so it's a very meaningful piece to me as well. Our concerto of the evening, featuring our soloist Alessio Bax, an amazing musician, is the Tchaikovsky First Piano Concerto. This is a piece that's very famous for its opening notes, this bum 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 wham, and it's such an incredible dynamic contrasting opening to the rest of the piece, and really something unique that really says, I am me, I am Tchaikovsky in this way. And it's an interesting story behind this piece too, because when Tchaikovsky presented it to the pianist who he had intended to give the premiere, the pianist came back to him in a fury saying, "This piece is nothing. This piece is a disaster. It's too hard. It's too scattered. There's no unity to it." He went on in this whole tirade against poor Tchaikovsky, to which Tchaikovsky responded, "Thank you. I will not change a single note." And then he proceeded to give it to an entirely different pianist who loved it. And although it's a piece that was intended to be premiered in Moscow, it ended up being premiered right here in the United States, actually, in Boston. It's an American piece of music in that way as well. It's a really incredible piece. It has a whole range of styles and really features the pianist in probably the most virtuosic way possible. Our third piece of the concert is the Third Symphony of the American composer Aaron Copland. Now, this is also a piece that is purely and unabashedly Copland. Copland was famous for exploring what the American sound was, and there were many different ideas and opinions on what a truly American symphonic sound could be, because when Copland was writing, most symphonies and most audiences were used to hearing European music. And so, especially as the United States entered World War II, there was a renewed sense of wanting to determine what really it meant to be American in music. And Copland's answer was a sound that I think has become very familiar to all of us over the years. It's a very open and honest and sort of hard on your sleeve kind of sound. Probably one of the most famous pieces of Copland is the Fanfare for the Common Man, and this Third Symphony actually uses that as its whole motivic basis. Everything is built around this phenomenal work for brass. So it's a piece about discovering who you are and who Copland is and what it means to be American. And this piece written in 1946 was really a sort of balm for the American soul coming out of World War II. It's a really triumphant, it's really celebratory, and I think I couldn't think of a better way to celebrate the new era here at the Modesto Symphony. So I can't wait to be at the Gallo Center for the Arts here in Modesto this October 13th and 14th with your Modesto Symphony. We really hope to see you there. Please join us. Thanks. Bye-bye.